The journey to a focused mind. George sat by his window, watching the golden sunlight stretch across his quiet neighborhood. It was a peaceful morning, yet inside, his mind felt anything but peaceful. Ever since retiring, he had struggled with a feeling he couldn't quite name. His days were filled with distractions, scrolling through the news, watching TV, worrying about things beyond his control. Time passed, but he felt stuck, like a ship drifting without direction. Maybe you've felt the same way. You wake up, go about your day, but something feels missing. You find yourself lost in thoughts of the past or worries about the future. You want to focus on what truly matters, but your mind feels restless, like a radio stuck between stations, playing nothing but static. But what if I told you that focus, clarity, and inner peace are not distant dreams? What if the ability to regain control over your mind has been within you all along? Over 2,600 years ago, Buddhist wisdom unlocked the secrets to mastering the mind. These teachings were not just for monks meditating in distant temples. They were meant for everyone. People like you, like George, like all of us, navigating the storms of life. The Buddha understood something crucial. True peace does not come from changing the world around us, but from changing the way we experience it. And that begins with focus. In this video, we will explore 6 powerful Buddhist lessons to help you reclaim your focus and bring intention back into your life. These are not abstract ideas. They are practical, time-tested principles that can transform how you see the world and how you shape your days. Through simple yet profound shifts in mindset, you'll learn how to stop letting distractions and outside influences control your peace. Set clear intentions so every day feels meaningful. Train your mind like a skilled craftsman, shaping steel. Build habits that lead to a life of clarity and purpose. Let go of what you cannot control and find freedom in surrender. Turn challenges into stepping stones for growth rather than obstacles. This is not about adding more to your to-do list or chasing perfection. It's about removing the clutter in your mind so you can focus on what truly matters. Imagine waking up with a sense of purpose, knowing exactly where to direct your energy. Imagine ending your day feeling fulfilled, not because you did everything, but because you did what was meaningful. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever struggled with staying focused or feeling present in the moment? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. And if this journey resonates with you, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because together we are creating a space for wisdom, growth, and clarity. Your mind is the greatest tool you have. Let's unlock its power, starting now. Lesson 1. The Wheel of Karma. You hold the power over your destiny. George had always believed that life was something that happened to him. When things went wrong, he would blame bad luck, other people, or circumstances beyond his control. It wasn't until he stumbled upon an old Buddhist text that he began to question this belief. The words resonated deeply. You are the heir to your actions. Whatever you sow, you shall reap. In Buddhism, karma is not some mystical force of fate. It is the direct result of our actions, thoughts, and intentions. Imagine your life as a potter's wheel, spinning endlessly. At first, the clay is formless. Just as our lives begin without a fixed shape. But as the potter places his hands on the clay, he shapes it, molds it, and determines its final form. You are that potter. Your choices, big and small, determine the shape of your life. Too often, people blame the spinning wheel, fate, luck, or external circumstances for the shape their lives have taken. They wait for life to mold itself, unaware that the real power has always been in their hands. But the moment you take full ownership of your actions, you reclaim the ability to shape your destiny. Every thought, every decision, every habit is a brush stroke on the canvas of your life. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm too old to change," or "it's too late to pursue something meaningful," then that belief will shape your reality. But what if, instead, you declared, "Today, I take control of my own destiny"? The truth is, karma is neither a reward nor a punishment. It is simply a reflection of the energy you put into the world. If you want kindness, give kindness. If you want peace, cultivate peace within. If you seek purpose, act with intention. Practical application. Tonight, before you sleep, take a moment to reflect on your day. Ask yourself, what did I contribute to today's challenges? What actions did I take that brought positivity into my life? Write these thoughts down in a journal. This practice is not about guilt. It's about clarity. The more aware you become of your choices, the more power you gain to shape your life. George started doing this exercise each night. At first, he struggled. His mind wanted to drift back to old habits of blame and excuses. But as days turned into weeks, something shifted. He felt lighter, more in control, more aware of his power to shape his future. So ask yourself, what clay are you letting others mold for you? Are you actively shaping your life? Or are you allowing fear, society, or past regrets to dictate its form? The potter's wheel keeps spinning. The question is, will you take control and shape your life with intention? Lesson 2. The bridge of right intention. Building a life with purpose life is a bridge, suspended between where we are and where we want to be. But too often, we stand at the edge, uncertain of how to cross. We wish for direction, but direction isn't something we find, it's something we create. In Buddhism, right intention is one of the key principles of the Eightfold Path. It teaches that clarity of purpose eliminates suffering. Many people struggle not because they fail, but because they hesitate. They drift through life without defining what truly matters to them. Imagine standing before a vast river. On the other side lies the life you desire, peace, purpose, and fulfillment. But instead of building a bridge, you hesitate, unsure of where to start. Some people never begin, trapped in fear and uncertainty. Others start building, but abandon their efforts when faced with challenges. The difference between those who cross and those who remain stuck is simple: commitment to intentional action. Think about your goals. Are they vague wishes, or are they structured steps forward? Instead of saying, "I want to be happier," try defining what happiness means to you. Does it mean spending more time with loved ones, practicing gratitude, pursuing a passion? Instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," commit to small, daily actions that move you in that direction. choosing nourishing foods, engaging in gentle movement, or prioritizing rest. Right intention encourages us to move beyond wishful thinking. It urges us to align our thoughts, words, and actions with a clear purpose. This means being mindful of our motivations. Are your intentions rooted in kindness, patience, and wisdom? Or are they driven by fear, guilt, or external validation? Buddhist monk once said, "When walking, walk. When eating, eat." This simple statement reveals the essence of right intention. It means being fully present in each action, not scattering your energy across distractions and half-hearted commitments. When you act with full presence and clarity, every step you take becomes a deliberate move toward your ideal life. Practical application. Each morning, write down one clear intention for the day. Instead of general resolutions, make them specific. Today, I will practice patience when speaking to my family. Today, I will focus on gratitude by writing down 3 things I appreciate. Take it a step further. Visualize yourself embodying that intention. If your goal is to be more compassionate, picture yourself responding to situations with kindness. If your goal is to be healthier, imagine making nourishing choices throughout the day. At the end of the day, reflect on your progress. Did your intention guide your actions? What challenges arose, and how did you handle them? This daily reflection strengthens the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Over time, these small, intentional choices will become the foundation of a meaningful life. The bridge is built one plank at a time. The question is, will you take the first step? To reinforce this practice, reflect on a past experience where having a clear intention changed the outcome for the better. How did setting a goal with purpose impact your actions and mindset? Drop a comment below with your thoughts, and let's build this bridge together, one step at a time. Lesson 3. The Forge of Self-Mastery. Training the mind. Every day. Let me tell you a story. There was once a blacksmith in a small village. Every day, he would wake up before sunrise, light his forge, and begin the slow, methodical process of heating, hammering, and shaping metal into something strong and useful. It was a long, grueling process, but he never rushed. He understood that strength was built through patience and repetition, and in many ways, our minds work the same way. Without discipline, the mind remains fragile, easily swayed by distractions, impulses, and doubts. But with daily training, it becomes resilient, sharp, and powerful. Buddhist monks dedicate their lives to mastering the mind because they understand a simple truth. Growth is not optional. Stagnation leads to suffering, while discipline leads to freedom. This is the essence of dukkha, the dissatisfaction that arises when we resist growth and avoid challenge. Think about how easy it is to get lost in distractions, scrolling through your phone, watching TV, or worrying about things beyond your control. These small, seemingly harmless actions accumulate over time, leaving the mind weak and unfocused. It's like leaving iron exposed to the elements. Eventually, it rusts. But when you bring your awareness back, when you practice discipline, you are stepping into the forge to refine yourself. I know what you're thinking. Discipline sounds like hard work. But here's the thing. Self-mastery doesn't require grand, heroic efforts. It's the small, consistent actions that make the difference. Just as a river doesn't carve a canyon overnight, true strength is built over time, with patience and persistence. One of the best ways to start forging a strong mind is through meditation, not the kind where you have to sit for hours in perfect stillness. Just 5 minutes a day of focusing on your breath. That's all it takes to begin strengthening your awareness. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back. Over time, this simple act of returning to the present moment will train your mind to resist distractions and build focus. If meditation isn't your thing, try being mindful in your everyday actions. Next time you drink a cup of tea, don't just gulp it down while scrolling through your phone. Feel the warmth of the cup in your hands. Notice the steam rising. Take a sip and really taste it. This is mindfulness, being fully present in whatever you do. And just like the blacksmith shaping metal, the more you practice, the stronger your mind becomes. Another powerful way to strengthen the mind is by choosing what you consume. Instead of filling your brain with endless news and social media, replace a few minutes each day with something that nourishes you. Read a meaningful book. Listen to an inspiring talk. Have a real conversation with someone. These small choices shape your mind, just like the blacksmith's hammer shapes the metal. The key is consistency. You don't have to do everything at once. Just pick one small thing, whether it's 5 minutes of meditation, mindful eating, or replacing social media with a good book, and commit to it. Over time, these small habits will transform you in ways you never imagined. The blacksmith doesn't fear the fire. He steps into it willingly, knowing that it is the only way to create something strong and lasting. And you too have the choice. Will you step into the forge and shape your mind, or will you let distractions and impulses dictate your life? Start today. One small act of discipline, one moment of mindfulness, one step towards self-mastery. Over time, these choices will forge a mind that is steady, sharp, and unshakable. Now tell me, what is one small habit you can start today to train your mind? Let's forge our strength together, one day at a time. Lesson 4, The Archer's Discipline. Small habits that make a big difference. There's something mesmerizing about watching an archer at work. The way they stand, firm, composed, and unwavering. The way they carefully nock the arrow, pull back the string, and focus their gaze on the target. And then, with absolute precision, they release. The arrow doesn't waver. It flies straight and true. But here's the thing. No archer wakes up one day and suddenly hits the bullseye. With perfect accuracy, it takes years of practice, thousands of shots, and relentless discipline. And the same applies to life. Mastery isn't about sudden bursts of effort. It's about consistency, about showing up every day and refining yourself, even when you don't feel like it. I once knew a man named Richard. He had always wanted to write a book, but never seemed to make progress. Every year, he made a resolution to start, and every year, he got distracted, telling himself he would begin when he had more time. One day, he came across a simple piece of advice. Write just one sentence a day. It sounded almost too easy, but he decided to try. The first few days were effortless. One sentence turned into two, then a paragraph, then a page. A year later, he had a finished manuscript. That's the power of small, disciplined habits. They may seem insignificant at first, but over time, they shape your entire life. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a short period, but underestimate what they can achieve over time with small, steady efforts. The disciplined archer doesn't rush. They practice the same motion over and over until it becomes second nature. Likewise, the key to long-term success isn't about dramatic, exhausting efforts. It's about creating habits that are so ingrained they become a part of who you are. Want to get healthier? Start by taking a short walk every morning. Want to deepen your mindfulness? Begin with 1 minute of conscious breathing before bed. Want to learn a new skill? Dedicate just 5 minutes a day to practice. Over time, these small efforts compound into mastery. Stability over motivation. One of the biggest misconceptions about discipline is that it depends on motivation, but motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the wind. Discipline, on the other hand, is like the stance of an archer. It keeps you steady even when motivation fades. The secret is to anchor new habits to existing routines. If you drink coffee every morning, use that time to read a passage from a book that inspires you. If you brush your teeth every night, take a moment afterward to practice gratitude. By linking habits to something you already do, they become effortless over time. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. Many people set goals but fail to follow through because they focus too much on the end result. But true archers don't obsess over hitting the target. They focus on their form, their stance, their breathing, and because of that, the arrow naturally finds its way. Instead of saying, "I want to lose weight," focus on enjoying the process of moving your body every day. Instead of saying, "I want to write a book," focus on the joy of writing a little each day. When you fall in love with the process, success becomes inevitable. Practical application, becoming the archer. If you want to develop a new habit, start small. Pick one simple action that moves you toward your goal and commit to it daily. Then anchor it to an existing routine. Most importantly, don't aim for perfection. Just aim for consistency. Like the archer, keep refining your stance. Keep showing up, and one day, you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What small habit are you working on right now? Drop a comment below, and let's support each other on this journey of steady, disciplined growth. Lesson 5. The riverbank of equanimity. Letting go of what you cannot control. There is something deeply calming about watching a river flow. The water moves effortlessly, adapting to obstacles without resistance, carrying away what no longer belongs. Life, in many ways, is like that river. Yet, so often, we stand knee-deep in the current, struggling against the flow, clinging to things beyond our control. We exhaust ourselves trying to change the unchangeable, forgetting that true peace comes not from controlling the river, but from learning to stand firmly on the riverbank. I remember an old friend, Margaret, who spent much of her time worrying. She worried about her children's choices, about things people said about her, about the state of the world. She would replay conversations in her mind, wondering if she had said the right thing. No matter what she did, there was always something weighing on her heart. Then one day, after months of battling sleepless nights, she decided to try something different. She chose to let go. Letting go does not mean giving up. It does not mean ignoring responsibilities or becoming indifferent. It means recognizing what is within your power and what is not. Margaret began asking herself a simple question whenever worry crept in. Is this within my control? If the answer was yes, she took action. If the answer was no, she imagined placing that worry into the river, watching it drift away. And slowly, day by day, her heart grew lighter. Buddhism teaches us the principle of equanimity, the ability to remain balanced and at peace regardless of external circumstances. The Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." This means that real tranquility isn't found by fixing everything around us, but by mastering our response to life's uncertainties. Think about the last time you felt frustrated or overwhelmed. Was it because of something truly within your power, or were you trying to control something beyond your reach? Often, our suffering comes from resisting reality, from demanding that life be different than it is. Imagine a tree by the riverbank. When storms come, it does not try to stop the rain or hold back the wind. Instead, it stands firm, deeply rooted, allowing the storm to pass. You, too, can be like that tree. When challenges arise, instead of reacting with frustration or fear, pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, is this mine to control? If it is, take thoughtful action. If it isn't, let it go. One of the simplest ways to practice this is through mindful breathing. The next time stress creeps in, try this. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, hold for a moment, and slowly exhale. With each breath out, imagine releasing the tension, letting your worries drift down the river. This small act serves as a reminder that you are not meant to carry everything. Margaret, over time, found peace she never thought possible. The world didn't change. Her circumstances didn't magically improve. But she changed. She learned to trust the flow of life, to stand strong on the riverbank rather than fight the current. So, I ask you, what are you holding on to that is not yours to carry? What would happen if you let it go? Drop a comment below and share something you are ready to release. Let's remind each other that peace is always within reach. We just have to stop resisting the flow.